Hello everyone, welcome to Mr. Books. Today I will be reading Giraffes Can't Dance by Giles Andreae. Once I've finished the story, I will be asking some questions, so make sure you listen very, very carefully. Here we go. Giraffes Can't Dance. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully bandy and his legs were rather thin. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees, but when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Now, every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad, because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. The warthog started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango, which was elegant and bold. The chimps all did the cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons then teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lions saw him coming, and they soon began to roar. "Hey, look at clumsy Gerald," the animals all laughed. "Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool." "Oh, Gerald, don't be daft." Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. "They're right," he thought. "I'm useless. Oh, I feel like such a clot." So he crept off from the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before, so sad and so alone. Then he found a little clearing and he looked up at the sky. "The moon can be so beautiful," he whispered with a sigh. "Excuse me," coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, "but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to." With that, the cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Then Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying, and his tail was swishing round. He threw his arms out sideways, and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. "I'm dancing, yes, I'm dancing. I'm dancing," Gerald cried. Then, one by one, each animal who'd been there at the dance arrived while Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we've ever seen." "How is it you can dance like that? Please, Gerald, tell us how." But Gerald simply twizzled around and finished with a bow. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and the stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." Wow, that was a really good story, wasn't it? So I'm going to ask a few questions now then. I've got 5 questions for you. So right at the beginning, what did Gerald eat? What does he eat? It's right at the beginning. Let's have a look. There it is. I've just gone past it. He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. So he likes eating shoots off trees. So if you got that, well done. Question 2. What happened when Gerald tries to run? It's there in front of you now. So what happens to him? He buckles at the knees and he falls over, doesn't he? So when Gerald tries to run, he falls over because his knees are bandy and his legs are really thin. So question 3. Which dance did the lions do? Can you remember? So we got the warthog. The warthogs did the waltz. The rhino did the rock and roll. The lions danced a tango. So the tango, they did a type of a tango dance. Well done, if you got that one. Question 4. What happened when Gerald walked to the dance floor to dance? What did they all do? Can you remember? There we go. So the lions saw him coming and they all began to roar. So the lions laughed and they all made fun of him, didn't they? Which wasn't very nice at all. Question 5 then. What instrument did the cricket play? Can you remember? There we go. The cricket smiled and picked up his violin. Right then, if you enjoyed that, everyone, try and check out my other videos. Please subscribe for future stories and content. Thank you for listening again, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye.